All right, this is a toughie.
Okay.
I've been married for 10 years, this lady is saying, and I don't love my husband anymore, but I know divorce isn't the answer. How can we rekindle the love we once had?
Yeah.
You probably heard that a lot, hadn't you?
Well, we experienced it. We were out of love. Karen and I, after several years of marriage, we had fought so much we were numb. I didn't like her, and I thought that I'd made a mistake. And I was pretty sure I knew the girl I should have married. Well, this is just the devil. You know, I mean, it's just, but honestly, the night we almost divorced, I thought, you know, I'm Mr. Wonderful. I just accidentally married the devil's ex-wife. Who knew?
And social media allows people to go back to these old boyfriends and girlfriends.
So this, I'm not going to get this exactly right, but I think it's a third of affairs and half of divorces start on Facebook.
Yeah, you're probably
And so
right.
it's a huge statistic. You can go back, you know, reunions, high school reunions are not as necessary as before because everybody's all in touch with each other.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so it is devastating to the spirit of a marriage, you know, when you have that type of a situation. So Karen and I were out of love. I repented, and then and I said, you know, I'm sorry, Karen. I hung up my golf clubs. But the next morning I woke up, my feelings hadn't changed. I was not in love with Karen anymore. And the Lord took me to Genesis 2, the 4 laws of marriage that are in the book. And I read those, and the Lord gave me an understanding. He gave me an understanding of the 4 laws of love. And we, day by day, we just started doing it. And this is just the truth. After about a week or so, we laughed. And it was the first time we'd laughed in months.
Wow.
And I can't remember, I think it was Karen laughed at something, and I just thought, we hadn't laughed around each other in months. And within a couple of weeks, we were enjoying each other. And within 2 or 3 months, we were deeply in love. Wow. See, emotions are the caboose. Actions are the engine. And in our society, we have that backwards.
Emotions are the caboose.
Actions are the engine.
Actions are is the engine.
That's right. God came to Cain when Cain would not give God an offering, and he killed his brother Abel. God followed Cain home, and he came to Cain and said, now, Cain, if you do well, you're going to be happy. But if you don't do well, sin is crouching at the door, and its desires for you, but you must master it. If happiness cannot be firmly pursued, it's the result of doing the right thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
And so a lot of people today worship their emotions, and they're always following their emotions around. They say, well, I don't love my spouse. If you're not putting your marriage first, if you're not pursuing your spouse, if you're not sharing life with your spouse, and if you're not careful, those are the 4 laws of love. If you're not doing those 4 things, you're just going to fall out of love.
Yeah.
But if you start putting your marriage first, Jesus said, wherever your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The word treasure is the word thesaurus. It means treasury. It means treasure chest. Wherever you're putting the treasures of your life, there will your heart be also. The word heart is cardia. It means the seat of our emotions. Wherever you're investing, my emotions were in golf. When the first 3 years of our marriage, I mean, I loved playing golf. I mean, that was where my passion was. And I would come home and I didn't have any passion for my marriage. When I hung up my golf clubs and began to invest in Karen, we fell back in love. And why? It's because I was investing in her. Yeah. So I would say to this woman, I completely relate to this. I know how you feel. If you'll turn your heart towards your husband and begin to invest in him, I promise you'll fall back in love.
Wow.